I'm going to talk about some of the books and other information that has gotten me to the point where I am at today as a holistic practitioner. So a lot of information that I share with you in this group is based on the knowledge that I got from these books and the classes and other things that I've taken along my journey. Let's see what else. I also will probably, if we have time, talk about at the end, if we have time, about where we were going from the past semester. And it was basically just like the last Sunday message that Pastor Davis talked about, the mind, body, and spirit. And I was trying to get people to get more in tune with that and make a transition. And if we have time, I'll talk about that more at the end. Right now, I'm going to turn it over to Betty, get started. I think it's a few people that are new here. This is their first time here. But first, I'm going to introduce y'all to my co-leader, Dr. Mildred Dumas. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Hi, everybody. Can you hear me?
Yes, Mildred, you're coming in loud and clear.
Okay. So good to meet everybody here at this wonderful meeting, holistic, treating the body naturally with Brother Mac here. And you're going to learn a lot from this gentleman because he is so knowledgeable. So I can't wait to get into this meeting.
Okay, is that it, Mildred?
That's about it.
Okay, I'm about to pick up. Well, Mildred is a naturopath. Okay, if y'all don't know, she's been in this, what I like to call an industry.
For 30-some years.
There you go. Way back in the 90s. And
yes.
It's about 30-some for me, too.
Yes.
So she is very well versed in a lot of things in holistic health. And she's going to be teaching some of the classes, too.
Wow. But I want you to know that I am 93 years old come the 19th of this month. I have no known diseases in my body. I take all herbs, no drugs. Just want you to know.
93.
That's awesome. Congrats.
Thank you.
Right. Thank you for that, Dr. Dumas. Yeah. Just to give you a little bit, if you don't know, parasites are related to a lot of different illnesses and diseases too, like arthritis, like lupus, like candidiasis, like IBS or irritable bowel syndrome, like MS or multiple sclerosis, and I could just go on and on.
Like cancer, remember?
There you
they
go.
Just discovered that a lot of cancer diagnoses are really patches of worms, parasites. They just discovered that a few months ago.
Okay. Something else about cancer. I don't have my note here, but I'm doing research all the time. I just got done with a master class in nutrition, and I saw something and it said that the FDA has passed. It's like a holistic type of treatment for cancer.
Really?
A holistic type of treatment for cancer that the FDA passed, and they passed this back in 2023.
Really?
Yeah, don't ask me why you don't know about it, because I just found out about it, and I'm like, they don't want you to know. Okay? They don't want you to know. Okay, they want to keep pushing their chemo, and I'm biased about it. Okay, I'm just be upfront with it. Yes, I'm biased about some things in Western medicine, and the chemo and the radiation. You know what I'm saying? They just want to keep putting that stuff, polluting our bodies with it. But they have a holistic treatment now, and when I get the real details of it, I'm gonna be sharing more of that.
Please.
But let's get right into it. I'm going to share some of these books that I have used in some of my theses and also that I have, learned so much from. And this is why I speak and talk the way I do, because the knowledge I got from these books. All right, let's get into the first book, the herb book. I was hungry for knowledge after I got out of the hospital and left the Navy. Of course, I had to wait until I got out of the Navy because they had me on steroids and all kind of stuff. And later I found out the dangers of steroids and what they were doing to me. I was interested in finding about herbs. I'm like, man, herbs. What is this about herbs? I ran across the herb book. This is the most complete book of herbal botanicals. I'm telling you, this book have everything in it. They give you name, descriptions, and different properties of the herbs. I'm gonna just read a little bit of this book to you. Y'all can see it there. It's all beat up. It's an old one, I'm telling you. These pages, you probably can't see there, but these pages are brown on the edges. Dandelion. Some common names for dandelion is blowball, cankerwort, lion's tooth, priest crown, swine snout, white endive. If I'm saying that right, or wild endive. That's a common name for it too. Properties and uses of dandelion. It's a aperient. Wow, some of these words are pretty big. Aperient, I believe that's it. Diuretic, and it's a stomach. Dandelion has two particularly important uses: to promote the formation of bile and to remove excess water from the body in an edematous conditions resulting from liver problems. Wow. I mean, it has all kind of herbs in here from A to Z. I'm telling you, this book is loaded. Let's go to my second book. All right, Prevention. This is a magazine, actually. Prevention magazine is one of the oldest magazines that I know of out there on natural health and wellness. I pulled an article from this and used on my research study, which was about wheat and sugar and how it inflames the colon. It talked about the details of gluten, and how gluten had an effect on the body. And also it was talking about fructose and the ills of fructose. Actually, I made this list on my newsletter of 100 ways sugar ruins your health. Y'all got to get that one, because actually sugar also can change the DNA in your body. Yeah, Prevention magazine, I'm telling you, that magazine have loads and loads of information in it. I like reading a lot of magazines too, and Prevention has been one that I've used for a very long time. Number 3, Own Your Own Body. This book, I love it. Stan Malmstrom. I've used this on my thesis too. Own Your Own Body. It has a lot of information in it. This book gets into a lot of nutritional things. Own Your Own Body by Stan Malmstrom. And I'm going to have all of these books listed down in the description below the video. Let me just read a little bit to y'all. This is what it looks like. You can see that. That's my copy. I got it all beat up and stuff. It's pretty old. It talks about how herbs work and why they work. I mean, it gets into exercise. He gets into a lot of things on natural health and natural healing, fasting and cleansing, massage therapy even. Stan Malmstrom is a naturopathic doctor, and he's also a massage therapist. So let me read this one on herbs and why they work. An herb may benefit many parts of the body. If the liver is malfunctioning from a lack of iron and an herb is taken with iron in it, the liver will benefit. Anytime the liver malfunctions, corresponding parts of the body will malfunction because the liver isn't doing the necessary job of purifying the blood. If the liver is strengthened and begins to perform its blood purifying functions again, the rest of the body will likewise be strengthened. The body is a complex, highly integrated mechanism. What strengthens one part correspondingly strengthens other parts. What harms one part also harms other parts. The body is all related, all its systems, all its parts. Stan Malmstrom talks about that. Wow, in this book. I learned a lot. That's why I like to say you're only as strong as your weakest link, because the body is related, and you have one area of your body, say your respiratory is down, then this other area is going to be down and affected. So you're only as strong as your weakest link. Especially, it helped me a lot too, putting my thesis together. All right, let's go to my next book, number 4, Your Body Don't Lie. This is a good book for muscle testing and learning about kinesiology. It talks about the thymus gland, how to support the thymus gland. It gets into stress, cerebral balance, talks about life in food, how your food has life. And test touching. I had a holistic dentist at one time that used muscle testing. Yeah, one of my dentists, I think I was in Florida, and he used muscle testing to find out if these materials are compatible with my body. He had some of the composite material he was going to put in, possibly. He had a gold tooth he was possibly going to put in, and some other metals. And he muscle tested me first to see which one was more compatible. And the gold was most compatible with my body. Let me tell you, this book, oh, I love it. If you want to know about muscle testing, which basically is kinesiology, helps you to find nutritional deficiencies or imbalances using various stimulus points. It also talks about and discusses your life force energy. Actually, I did a video on this one. I'll probably put the link in the description, or maybe tie it at the end of this video. The book also talks about how to test your life force energy if it's weak, and how to strengthen the thymus gland, which is where your life force energy is, in the thymus gland. A lot of people don't know that. The thymus gland is a very important gland for your energy. It uses 100 stimulus points all over the body, or over 100, I should say, throughout the body. They show you how to test touch therapy location for a full diagnosis and treatment of any type of illness or disease. All right, let's get to number 5. Don't sweat the small stuff. I like this. This was during some stressful times in my life that I used this book a lot. It taught me how not to worry. Don't waste life energy on small stuff. It even have 100 examples. You can make these out of like affirmations of how not to sweat the small stuff and get yourself out of balance, basically. So I'm gonna read some of these titles in here. Make peace and imperfection. Be aware of the snowball effect of your thinking. Develop your compassion. Don't interrupt others or finish their sentences. Wow, how many people do that? Spend a moment every day thinking of someone to thank. Now, I remember doing that not long ago, spending some time each day thanking someone for what they did for me. Set aside quiet time every day. Let others have the glory. Learn to live in the present moment. Become more patient. Let others be right most of the time. Okay. Seek first to understand. Choose your battles wisely. Praise and blame are all the same. Look beyond behavior. They have 100 of these different things you could go in there. And below them, it talks about each one. They have about like 2 or 3 pages afterwards. Maybe these. I made affirmations out of a lot of them when I was going through this book. Great book to have. Help you with that stress level. And man, I'm telling you, you will be nice and calm. If you have anxiety, all of that kind of stuff, you need to get this one. Don't sweat the small stuff. All right, let's get to number 6, the How-To Herb book. Yeah, the How-To Herb book. This is a good one that I have. How herbs work. It talks about that and tells you a lot about herbs in here. Herbal enemas. I don't know how many of y'all know about that. Before, during, after pregnancy. You know, I always hear a lot about women and have to be careful about things in pregnancy. This book will give you some information on pregnancy and childbirth holistically. Yeah, I'm telling you, one of the chief herbs out there is red raspberry. Now, I'm not telling you women to run out there and get it, especially if you're pregnant or have some condition. You always have to check with your doctor. Check with a qualified medical physician. But red raspberry, it'll tell you in this book, is one of the chief herbs when you're pregnant, having a baby, and herbal enemas. I call them kalimas because basically what it is an herbal solution that we use like an enema bag, and we put it inside the colon, which is kalima for sure, you know, what we put together. So, you know, I know a lot of people out there probably don't know about or don't do some of these things. Kalimas I've used a lot in my cleansing programs to get right in there in the colon and flush out a lot of the bacteria and toxins and stuff like that, because that's where they are in the colon. A lot of them are sitting there in the colon. And this book, man, the how-to herb book, it helps a lot. It talks about how herbs work in the body, the different types of herbs, how to make herbal combinations. It even gives case histories, vitamins and minerals it gets into, cleansing. This book is loaded. It has a lot of information. If you want to learn more about herbs, check out the How to Herb book. All right, let's get. Let me just tell y'all, this is a very comprehensive type of protocol when you get into doing the kalima. It's almost like a specialized colonic. If any of you have heard of colonics or done a colonic, I say this is probably a step past a colonic, I would say, because I use special herbs and stuff in there to have an impact on the digestive system and on the colon, especially when, you know, I'm trying to deal with parasites, because some of them can be very difficult to eradicate out your body. And so instead of just putting it in the mouth, you know, through the capsules, then I have a hospital grade enema bag that I put in my rectum. And I have this special teas and stuff going through that enema bag. So this is a process you probably want to get help, someone like myself, Dr. Dumas, or some other holistic practitioner that knows, you know, about how to do these special type enemas. But they are phenomenal at getting the body detoxed and cleaned out from a lot of harmful stuff that's just, you know, can be a pain sometimes. With the digestion of milk, cheese, and other products. That's what I got from Natural Health for African Americans by Walker and Singleton. And that's why I don't eat no cow, especially no cheese, not a moo. I mean, I used to be there. I used to eat like 2 of them in 1 week, go through 2 packs, the 24 pack actually. But now, oh, no more, no cow, no cheese. You don't know how harmful what cheese is doing to your body, causing you all the dysfunction and stuff, and just building up all this mucus, attracting bacteria. All right, let's get to my next book. Number 9, Dental Herbalism. It has a natural mouthwash you can use. I made up. All of y'all using that Listerine? I know I was there one time, but no more. That Listerine and a lot of those mouthwash have nothing but straight up alcohol in them. Gum disease, it talked about, tooth loss. It also explains the different acronyms of dentists, DMD, DDS, tells you what they are, what they mean, all of that. It gets into herbs for the mouth, different herbs. This is an awesome book to have in your collection. I use this book. I have a natural solution that I use. It has baking soda, It has salt and some peppermint, the essential oil peppermint. And this is the ingestible one. Y'all have to be careful out there. A lot of essential oils are not ingestible, but of course, you know, Mac, we have a peppermint that is ingestible. And I put some in there, and you know, I keep it in my bathroom, that solution made up in a glass container. And when I brush my teeth, I always wash my mouth out with that solution because it helps to break down the acid in the mouth. You know, you got that baking soda in there, and that salt helps. If y'all remember when you was at the dentist and you had a tooth pulled or you had any kind of surgery in your mouth, they always tell you to gargle or swish around salt water in your mouth because it's good. It helps the mouth. So this book, they get into a lot of different herbs and stuff that it tells you are good for the mouth, different vitamins that are good to take for dental health. Dental herbalism, this is the book. I learned a lot about dentistry, not actually from this book. I had learned a lot about industry through this organization called the National Health Federation. They used to have an annual health show. And I volunteer at times, all the time, when I've always volunteered to be a part of their show. And I was sitting in one time, I was at the door taking tickets for these doctors and dentists coming in wanting to learn about root canals. And I'm telling you, I learned everything from head to toe about root canals and all this stuff. So a lot of times when I go in there talking to my dentist, I always try to use the dental terms. Okay, it makes for, I think, a better service, you know, for you. One of the dentists that I used to follow a lot was Dr. Hal Huggins. He talked a lot about holistic health and holistic dentistry. Actually, I have a video on that, holistic dentistry. I'm gonna have to put the link to that. If y'all want to learn more about holistic dentistry, I'll put that down in the description too. All right, let's get to my last book. Last but not least, number 10. This is my favorite. Oh, I know I said that before, y'all, but this is truly one of my favorites. Essential Glow. I'm telling you, I'll be using this book all through the week, making up my natural solutions to clean my house with. Essential Oils 101. You know, you can learn all about essential oils in this book. Aromatherapy. How you're looking at a lot of the different recipes they have in here for aromatherapy. All Natural Pantry. They talk about the All Natural Pantry. And actually, I have something in my newsletter I wrote about the natural cleaners for your sink and the shower. I'm gonna have to put a link in there to to that newsletter. I'm telling you, I put together this solution. It tells you how to clean your sink and make it sparkle. And I mean sparkle. It has, of course, baking soda in it. It uses borax soap or 20 mule team. It has some essential oils you have to put in there. And I'm telling you, man, you don't have to like really scrub your sink hard. You know, if it's really dirty, you sprinkle this stuff in there, you know, and you wash it around. And I mean, your sink will actually shine. I couldn't believe it when I saw it. My sink shines and sparkles when I finish cleaning it. And of course it smells good because it have, I think, lavender or lemon or something in there. Wow, I'm gonna have to put a link in the description because I did write my newsletter on aromatherapy and I gave some recipes and stuff, but I really love this book. They also have a solution you can make to keep mold down in your showers and in your bathtubs. And I mean, this solution is so good, it goes beneath the caulking and it can help to kill any mold, fungus, anything that's growing beneath your caulking and stuff. I'm telling you, it have a lot of good remedies, herbal combinations and stuff in here for having a natural pantry. Because some time ago, I got rid of all of those commercial cleaners that you buy in the grocery store and the stores. I got rid of them, and I only use natural stuff in my home to clean it. All right, that's it. Yeah, those regular cleaners on the market in the grocery stores or wherever, they can cause a lot of problems. You know, sometimes people have allergies or have respiratory problems, or, you know, you can develop all kinds of problems just from using these household cleaners that they sell on the shelf in a lot of these stores. If you look at it on the back of them, they have either harmful or they'll have dangerous. And when they have those types of messages there, trust me, that's going to do your body some harm. So I took out all of those cleaners and I only use stuff that is from nature. Okay. Stuff that's not going to harm our body. That's the only ones I use. And there's some companies out there that make products in a way that's not as harmful for your body. Do you remember one of them, Betty? The one we use?
Method is one of the all-purpose household cleaners that we use. It's all natural.
Say it again.
Method.
Method.
M-E. Yeah.
Yeah. Method. Yeah, you can probably find it in Walmart and all these other different places. They don't use a lot of harsh chemicals and things like that because, you know, you don't realize that you be inhaling this stuff and it is affecting you and things be going on and you just don't know why, or you think it's normal, but it's not. So like I said, I got a video on that on my YouTube channel, and it shows you, I show you how I clean a sink with that concoction, and also talk about all of those cleaners that we use in the house that's under our sink or in the kitchen that are harmful to us. And today, folks, I'm going to leave all of the ISBN numbers for these books in the description below this video. Also, I'm going to put in the articles I talked about. I'm going to try to leave links for that, some of the videos, and check out the end card. Some of the videos may be attached to this video in the end.